What is going on, everybody? It has been a while since I posted. It's not that I haven't wanted to, it's that as a team we decided not to because what we've been filming we haven't wanted to show yet, and it's sitting right over there. We'll show a little glimpse of it, but as a team we elected not to, so that's what's going to happen. But as it says in the video, we're about to take it old school again. Something I haven't done in a long time. Some of y'all know my silver car is still a small block car, blah blah blah, but I don't mess with it. 3 years I haven't touched that thing. And if you look, the poor S10 has been sitting. It's kind of got an LS mocked up in it. It's just sitting. So we're going to do something a little different there. And we're going to do a small block S10. So let me show you something that we're about to start on. So guys, here it is. We're taking it old school small block, piston rods, crank, everything sitting right here. If you look way up there, we got some carburetors, a little 670 and an 850 sitting there. There's some more carburetor stuff sitting up there we'll probably end up using. But some things have changed. We're not ever probably going to be, well, I'm not going to say ever. For a long time, I will not be building a new car. It's because we have a new car. I have not been able to release a new car because, like I said, as a team, we decided not to show it yet, and there's reasons for that. I will say that it's faster than this car and a lot lighter. It was just us as a team. Matt sat down. We wanted something else. A deal came up that was just too good to pass up. So there's a new car in the garage that will be released on the channel soon, but just not yet. So that's why I've been filming. I haven't been able to release a video. We've been to the track twice, made a lot of adjustments, a lot of things. Some stuff I probably should have filmed more and I didn't, including some anti-roll bar stuff, and like we changed quite a bit of stuff out on this car because I didn't like it. So we got some old stuff here. But back to what we're actually doing. So the S10's been sitting. We've all been kind of busy, so my dad doesn't really have time to work on it. I don't really have the money and time to be building another car. So we're gonna take every part that we just got laying around my garage. And I mean literally laying around my garage so far. Some of the stuff's been sitting for years. And just kind of let me tell you what we got. It's not going to be the best thing in the world, but it should be a really consistent, good, decent motor that anybody can drive when we put it in that thing. So let me show you what we got. Here's what we got. 400 small block, 30 over. Now this block has been to the machine shop. Somebody actually gave me this block, the rods and pistons, which are probably older than I am, but they are good rods and pistons, and a crank that's sitting right there. And what it was is they took 350 crank, put with those rods and pistons out of a 400, made a 377, but the pistons actually were down in the bore quite a bit because it was a blower motor. It was an old school way of doing it. I didn't want to do that, so I bought a new crank a couple years ago. So we got a 400 stock crank, we got bearings, rings, we got a nice little Holley 150 fuel pump that came off the black car when it was carbureted. We've got freeze plugs, we've got new timing chains, rear main seals. So we have a lot of parts to put this together and throw it in there. We have a power glide sitting there that we're just going to try to find a cheap converter for. Now here's where it gets interesting. These are Pro top line heads, which I can't remember what the name actually switched to. They are fresh from the machine shop. They are 46cc heads. They're all ported. We have a bow tie intake, cast iron intake we're going to throw on it that's been port matched to this, and it should bump the compression to like 15 to 1, 14.5 to 1, which should make a super high compression small block. Behind a power glide we're going to foot brake, and should make this a lot of fun. Will it be the most reliable thing? I think it'll be pretty good as long as we don't really turn it up too much. I actually have some old distributors sitting over there from small blocks from Circle Track with some big wires on them and everything. And this is all stuff we've had laying around for so long. And I told Joe and them, I was like, we got to figure out something to do with it. With the S10 just sitting, I was like, what better thing to just throw this motor in there with a set of headers, a power glide with a foot brake, order a cheap cage and weld it in real quick, and then anybody can drive it. We'll try to build like a nice little bracket truck, 6A box, just simple stuff, nothing hard, just old school. Like I said, we got a couple carburetors sitting there that need to be rebuilt, and all the carb stuff to put it together. And this is parts that's literally been laying in this garage for, well, I know the block was given to me I think 3 or 4 years ago. And actually this motor he was going to just throw away. And it's because he wanted to build a better motor, because the bores are opened up a little bit. It probably needs a little bit bigger piston. But for what we're going to do, we're going to file fit the rings. And it should be just fine. I mean, you can tell somebody spent a lot of time in this block smoothing it. There's been a lot of time put into it. So now it's just me putting it together and chucking in there. So that's the goal as of right now. But let's get back to why we haven't been filming some. We're going to see how many people actually watch the videos. I'm going to show you something really cool from the new car, going in during the winter. So let me get over here real quick. Bam! So these are lower torque boxes that are absolutely gorgeous. I'm thoroughly impressed. These are from Quinn's Chassis Shops, and Matt actually has been teaching some of his guys to weld. They worked out a deal. We've got lower torque boxes and an actual torque box rolling in as soon as I get the last bracket in. So I mean, you see how nice that is. It's gonna make a big difference for what we're doing. But I'm going to show you just a teensy bit if I don't fall. We haven't released this car yet, so this will be the first time it's ever released on the channel, and only a little bit's going to be shown. I'm not going to get into the engine combo. I'm not going to get into anything driveline or what it is yet, but just kind of let me show you a little bit of it. As you can tell, Monte Carlo again. Bead locks, full caged. Now it's going to be completely rewired by Steve. Tinker Dash. I mean, it's and that's all you get for now. So we're going to release a full thing on it. I'll show you more about it. There's a lot with this car that I can't even talk about yet, but let's just say it's a fast car once we get some things lined out. Let's step over here. A little S10. We've got, a seat, a fuel cell already sitting in it. As you can tell, there's a lot of parts hidden back on all these shelves. Small block stuff sitting here. But I had kind of mocked up the LS in there, and now we're going to change because I don't know, just try to keep it cheap. I can't keep building so many cars at once. It's just too much. So we're going to keep it cheap, use every part we got laying around, and kind of go from there. But some bigger news, we made it into sick week 2024. So we'll be going to sick week 2024. We've got some prepping to do on the black car, dipstick, maybe some valve cover gaskets, trying to figure out the oil leak. The car seems to be doing just fine, but we haven't taken it out in a while. We did not get into LS Fest, so I did not go this year. I had too much other stuff going on. Mainly stuff I needed to work on, including the new car, including the black car, including my truck. So we didn't get in. I signed up too late, and it was just too much. So I'm trying to stay focused on the new car, and soon we'll release videos of it. But I've literally done nothing but work on that. We've been to the track a couple times. I've had some really bad luck with it. But we're just trying to get the new car blues over with. So if you actually look over here, I've taken the white car that I was going to build down. I'm going to take the frame down, try to clean up around here, and hopefully get the S10 done and be able to show more on the new car. But the new car will be leaving here after we make a couple more test sessions, try to get some suspension lined out. It's gonna leave here, and it's gonna go to Steve's to be all the wiring be gutted and completely redone, because we've already had multiple wiring issues, and it's just not up to Steve's par at all. It's not up to my par, and we want to get that fixed so we don't have any problems like we've had. So it's gonna be completely rewired, torque box is welded in, and that car should be done. Some other odd and ends, you know, to make it mine, but there's a whole lot to that car I'm not going to get into, but I'm super excited about the future of our team. We have multiple cars coming out, including the new one, including the black one, including the S10, including Mark's S10 that I'll go video here soon, that there's been a lot of work done on. Hopefully my buddy Stevie, we can get his Monte Carlo back together in the NA Class 2, or put the LS in it with an NA or something. But guys, that's kind of where we've been. I haven't stopped. I can't release stuff yet, and eventually we will, and I'll explain more. But I really appreciate everybody kind of sticking with me, and we're going to start posting a whole lot more videos hopefully soon. Now that winter's coming in, we're starting to do more as far as fab work. Steve is. I'll show you the S10 build as we go and stuff like that. So guys, I really appreciate all the support, and please stick with me. So next time, we'll see you later.